typically 3 days. This year we're going to 4. We've got a Thursday optional range session and an evening course that day. And then Friday, Saturday, Sunday are jam-packed with training classes. But we've had people drive up from states away with absolutely no training come take this class.
What's up, everybody? Chris with South Carolina Gun School. I'm out here with Amber from Fit to Fight. Wanted to kind of talk about your Hard Ready class that y'all have coming up. I know you said yesterday I didn't realize 10 years.
Yeah, this is our 10th year doing the Hard Ready training event.
That's awesome. And you know, I've followed Brian for a really long time. I followed, but I saw him bring you in and stuff, and I've followed y'all for a really long time because I love y'all's philosophy around a lot of this stuff. And y'all bring in a lot of great people. You know, I mean, the instructors that I've seen, especially with jiu-jitsu, are, you know, some of the top in the game right now. So it's really good to see that. I mean, and I know you were talking a lot come in and have probably never done any.
Nothing. We've had people with no experience come take the course before, and it's typically 3 days. This year we're going to 4. We've got a Thursday optional range session and an evening course that day, and then Friday, Saturday, Sunday are jam-packed with training classes. But we've had people drive up from states away with absolutely no training come take this class. We have black belts on the mat, multiple black belts, multiple disciplines, all working together, training together. And, you know, our coaches are passionate. They love what they do. They love sharing it. And everybody on the floor loves and enjoys this and wants to bring more people into it. And that's how you can get brand new, no experience people on the mat, having a great time, learning. And like Kevin Dixie said here at Train and Learn, getting beat up for 3 days, but loving every second of it.
Yeah. That's why I wanted to talk to you more about it, because I've mentioned this to a few people, and when after they've gone in and looked at it, they've kind of came back to me like, I don't really know none of this.
For that,
So that's why I wanted to talk with you about it, to let people understand that you don't have to have any experience. Just like with Train and Learn, you know, there's a lot of newer shooters out here that are looking to become instructors and stuff. So don't think you've got to have all this time on the mat, be a certain colored belt or anything like that coming through. And I like how y'all also incorporate the shooting with it as well too. Because it's that, to me, it's that full kind of self-defense training that you're getting. You're getting the hand-to-hand, and you're getting the shooting as well too. Because that was one thing that made me nervous when I wanted to get back into it was, you know, I've heard some horror stories from some schools where you come in as a new person and you're almost like a punching dummy. Not literally like they're beating on you, but, you know, it's
meat mentality.
Yeah, it's kind of, to me, it's like the old school mentality. It's a newer guy. Let's really see how they are and stuff. And that was why I reached out and got some recommendations from some people and ended up with where I'm at, even though it's been a minute since I've been on the mats due to shit I've had going on. But, you know, everybody was very welcoming. Everybody, you know, a lot of the higher belts understood I was new. You know, and even now they'll let me work. But when I start to make mistakes or I start to slack, they let me know.
Perfect.
You know, and that's that. I think that's great. But it's been funny seeing how many people have come in and left because, I guess, you know, watching it, you're like, oh, that looks easy, but when you actually get on those mats, it's hard. And the biggest thing that I was told when you're looking at this is look at how many higher belts they have.
Okay.
And if they've got a lot of like purple belts and black belts, I was pretty much told they're a belt factory. Because even the little bit of experience I had, you know, it is a hard sport. It's hard to progress. And you move up in those belts and understanding. You really got to start understanding the stuff to be able to start moving up. And, you know, when I got into it, it was really more for my fitness in my head. I wasn't really in it for belts or anything like that, because I was mainly doing no-gi stuff. And I talked to my coach, and he's like, you need to start doing gi. And then I started doing gi, and I'll be honest, I do kind of like it a little bit better.
Yeah.
But I think reason being, it gives me more to hold on to. So when I have some of the younger, faster guys, I can control them a little bit more than I can with the gi.
Yeah. And that's why I don't like gi, because people hold me back and slow me down when I'm just trying to move.
I'm the one
because
that you
if I
don't like.
settle, I'm not getting out from underneath you, so I got to keep moving. So yeah, no, I try to keep the straight jacket off. Yeah, it's really hard to have any set guidelines to judge a school by. Biggest thing is community and culture and interaction with coaches. And even though I'm giving that as, okay, like, here's an idea of framework, that still varies from person to person. Their goals are not related to competing, belts, ranks, and that's primarily what we attract as well. And what we're building in our center is people who are concerned about their safety, whether it be defense from self, so they want fitness and health and they want to do healthy things and move their body, or somebody trying to hurt them, attack them, protect their family, that sort of thing. So it's different to the person, but you've got to feel out the community, how people interact with each other, how the coaches interact with the students, and go from there. And so I tell people to go do some trial classes. If a center doesn't let you do any trial classes, that's a red flag for sure across the board. Or if they won't let you watch a class, this stuff is daunting. It's intimidating. It's nerve-wracking. We want you on the mat. We want to get you to experience it, because that's the only way to know is just to feel it and get out there. And even though you're scared, do it anyway. But we understand wanting to take it even slower and to watch, and that's okay. So if a center's not letting you try some classes or watch some classes, I'd say would be kind of a red flag for me. That would put me on an alert.
Yeah, that was another thing they had mentioned to me as well too, is trial classes. I mean, that's what I like about Roy and his place. And I think that's where some people get confused, because he'll tell you get 7 days free.
Nice, yeah.
But it's not just one class in those 7 days. If you want to come to every one of his classes in those 7 days, you can come to every one of those classes. And, he's got beginner classes. He's got then an advanced class. Like, he'll do a beginner class and then an advanced class. If you want him to stay and fill that out and stuff, yeah. So that's awesome. I haven't seen who are some of the instructors as far as the jiu-jitsu stuff that are going to be there this year.
We've got Scott Clausen. He's out of Hickory, North Carolina. Okay. He's been in the fight space for decades, easily. He's trained a lot of humans. He's had a lot of people come through his center. He's done a lot of different environments in terms of Muay Thai as well as jiu-jitsu, and really understands the self-defense space too. Eli Knight is coming again, third-degree black belt, under belt. Eli Knight's going to be there, and he's been every card ready since.
Because I've seen him, and I follow him too. So he's a really good guy.
He understands how to play in different worlds in terms of the sport space and self-defense space. And, so he's fun to come around and be a coach. He's got a lot of great analogies, some not great analogies, but then some things that will really stick with you. Right. So he's great. Let's see, in terms of jiu-jitsu, that might be it. We've got Ronnie Hewitt coming for wrestling. And if you haven't done some wrestling with a wrestler, you're missing out.
Very different.
It's so different, and it's so pivotal for self-defense. Yeah. You don't have to go out there, and you don't have to start when you're 12 and get on your middle school wrestling team. But you should experience what it's like to have another human trying to impose their will on you and move you. It's very different. It's very real for what self-defense is. Most of it happens here.
Yeah,
and you can't just walk around and hit or shoot anybody who comes within this distance. People are going to get close to you. And so you have to be able to manage these close ranges. And so having Ronnie out is always a blast.
Because y'all also were having, I think, some Muay Thai there as well, too.
Yeah,
so it's not, and it's not just jiu-jitsu. It's a little bit of everything. Because I get a lot of people that ask me, like, what do you think the best hand-to-hand stuff is for self-defense? And to me, with my experience, I think jiu-jitsu is. And everybody's like, well, why? I said, if you really watch, I was like, go and watch videos and you see people fighting in the fight. Where do they use their hand?
Yeah.
Eventually it ends up on the ground.
I would say good jiu-jitsu. What does that mean? I don't know. However,
that's like saying good shooting.
Yeah, yeah, like good training. Well, I don't know anything. How do I know? Well, you come to Hard Ready. You get people who have been already vetted, pressure tested in terms of your goals, right? If your goal is not self-defense, you'll get some things from the weekend, but some of it you might have your eyes glazed over. If your goals are self-defense, you're going to learn from instructors who are vetted in the science, who are still teaching their craft. There might be some fun, flashy things, but ultimately they're going to work as a great teacher for what is realistic if you're between two cars on a road versus what is applicable on the mats.
Right.
And so come to the event, absorb, get as much information thrown at you as you can in kickboxing, Muay Thai, wrestling, jiu-jitsu, Krav Maga, shooting, knife defense, gun defense, everything we've got going on. Understand what applies, what doesn't, the mindset, the principles to apply, and then you can go to your jiu-jitsu school and look around and say, okay, are they following those principles? Do they seem to have those same values that I experience at an event like Hard Ready, and they're applying it as well in between their barambolos or whatever they've got going on, right? Yeah. So it's not easy. It's very difficult. Part of what we've done for decades across the Fit to Fight brand is find reputable people who understand violence and are teaching in a realistic fashion.
Right.
And so Hard Ready is the culmination of these connections of these people, getting them together to coach not just students, but coaches themselves. We have a ton of school owners that come to the event. They own their own self-defense focused training centers, jiu-jitsu centers, all of those things. And they have this direct access to people who are in the same space, open-minded, with a similar goal.
Awesome. And it's October 2nd through the 5th, correct?
You got it. You know, because you're checking it on your calendar. You're marking it up. October 2nd through the 5th. Yeah.
I always, and it's funny you mention that, because I do toward the end of the year, I'll start going through and looking at what I would like to do in the next year and get that in my calendar. So when I start planning my schedule, I don't end up running into anything. So I thought I had the dates right. I knew
first
it was somewhere.
Full weekend in October.
Yep. So that's awesome. And if you're in the Charlotte area or around that area, you're looking to train, Fit to Fight is definitely a great place to go. You're going to have two phenomenal teachers right here. Ryan's not here, unfortunately, but I mean, I've like I said, I've followed y'all for a really long time. I love what y'all do. I love y'all's philosophy. I love the experience we had when y'all taught at Train and Learn. So, and I think,
thank you.
Yeah, it was awesome. It's been a pleasure. Okay. So I'll make sure to have links and everything in the screen here so you can go and check it out. It'll be down in the description as well too. But October 2nd through the 5th, cost is
$495 for the open sessions. If you want to add range session, we have a few spots depending on when this video comes out. So jump on them. Or if you want on the waiting list, reach out to us. Chris will get you all that contact information.
Yeah, definitely. And like I said, you need to, even if you've never done it, this is definitely something to do so you can just see what it's like, and you might end up enjoying it and then trying to find something in your area where you can go and take something like that as well too. So I appreciate you taking the time.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much. Oh shit. Oh God. Awesome. Thank you very much, Amber.
Thanks so much.
Always remember, folks, if you're not shooting, you're reloading. If you're not reloading, you're fighting. If you're not fighting, you're dead. Train to live. See you on the range.
Welcome to my party, we're just getting started. A life is a dream or a nightmare scarring. Hand me a drink cause I think I'm going all in. Get me a shrink who can catch me when I'm falling. Cover up my scars, flip the handle